No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the first ever Audio Stage podcast. I don't think this actually has a name yet. We'll go with Audio Stage podcast to start with. To the left of me, we have my co-host,
Yes.
Marcus Still.
Yes, absolutely. I am the co-host. Awesome.
That's a creaky chair.
It is a very creaky chair, yeah.
We started with the creaky chair.
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
good, is it, mate?
It's not a good idea, really, yeah. No, we have to cut that out.
Yeah. Although if you keep leaning back on it, it's not.
It's gonna be a problem, isn't it?
You're just gonna have to sit still for the entire thing.
I am, yeah. It's not good. I've got really bad ADHD, so it's not a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, just stay still. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Easier said than done. Right.
So we started this podcast really to work alongside the Audio Stage project that we've got going on. My name's Dan Granham. I am one of the co-founders to Audio Stage. Marcus Still is the other co-founder.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, we are just here to talk about Audio Stage for this first podcast. Kind of give it a bit of an introduction.
Yeah, give us some idea of how and what we've been doing.
What we've been doing over the past year, and kind of where we're going with it, and the idea behind it, and why it's different to maybe something that might be similar on the market already. I mean, there's not, to be honest, we did a bit of research, and there's not really a hell of a lot out there like it.
Yeah, not in the UK really.
No, there's the odd thing. There's a few things in the States that do a very similar thing, but not quite the same as what we're doing, because I just kind of got more of a background and reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did an interview with it was a magazine,
Like a
wasn't
magazine
it?
interview,
earlier.
Interesting.
And to be honest, you explained it in a really good and detailed way.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the best way of describing what we're doing? Really?
I mean, to be honest, really, what I was sort of saying was that, I mean, we're both musicians ourselves, obviously.
Yeah.
We played in bands together and separately as well. You know, and as struggling musicians, you don't have a hell of a lot of money, do you really? No. So, you know, what I think really the vision that I suppose, I mean, you know, I the way I think of it in my head, and I think, you know, we both share this, is that, you know, we don't want the cost of creating content to come from the artist.
No.
And that we want to be able to give something back to the community.
Yeah.
Rather than being the sort of, you know, like, this is like a capitalizing opportunity to try and make loads of money.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I mean, the money will come.
The money will come. Yeah. Well, hopefully. Yeah.
But the idea is not to take from the artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not even so much giving something away for free. It's working with the artist to sort of help promote them.
Yeah.
And giving them something like or to hire someone out to record audio and video.
Oh yeah, I did some research on that.
Is not a cheap thing to start with. So for us to give that away for free is already something that is fairly unheard of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then to not ask for any money past that, and then also with the intention of helping that band or that artist then profit from future things that they do.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think the good thing about it is, you know, we'll create a collective platform, you know, from other artists. I think that's the best thing, really, that, you know, one of the best things that we can offer, in a sense, is that, you know, we'll have, we'll talk about, you know, like Kelly, you know, as our first artist on, Kelly Jane, who's fantastic. You know, her audience will watch her videos.
Yeah.
But you might get, you know, 5% of those people subscribe, which will then mean you're adding to your, you know, to the worth of the platform, in a sense. You know, then the next artist comes out, you've got that 5% of Kelly's audience that have already watched her stuff and subscribed to us because they like what we do, who will then go on to follow other people. So I mean, it's a tool to generate an audience, I think, for people who. I mean, yeah, plenty of these guys have their own audience and things, but I mean, that's, you know, sort of like, it creates community and it creates a sense of, like, you know, we're all sort of, I guess, in this together. And
it's all, at the minute, it seems quite, it might not be like this for everyone, it's certainly not for me, but it's kind of, as you described before, with other things, it's kind of pigeonholed, like, most people kind of just stick to one genre. Or if they like say a country artist, generally if they kind of, it's almost like that's all they'll listen to. So it might be like a variation. So it might go into pop or something like that. But it's kind of also introduced in, for instance, like HaQ. We've got on. I think week 3 or 4. Hip hop grime artist is featured on the same program.
Yeah,
as a country artist or a rock band or something. So it's all kind of together, and kind of it builds it builds a community for the musicians, builds a community for the listeners as well, and also just broadens, what people are listening to.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. I think that really nowadays everything's. I mean, you listen to pop music and say, "Oh God." You can pull up a random album, like you go and pick up a Bruno Mars album. No 2 tracks are the same genre, but they all fall under pop. That's what music's becoming.
I think that was his second album is actually very much like that. I think every song is like a different genre. I mean, it still falls into pop.
Yeah, and that's I think that the thing is as well, like, because it's all accessible music, and I think that's what the platform's creating is. It's actually showing what's accessible within different genres, and I think that, as individuals, people, they, as you say, they look at things they think they like, in a sense, and it seems a bit like spoon feeding in a sense to go, well, maybe you actually will like this. If you liked what we've done here, you'll like this.
I also think some people, and it's silly really, sometimes feel embarrassed to maybe like a different genre. Maybe it's like their friends might like and family might like a certain genre, so they listen to that. And if they then say, "Oh, I like jazz" or "I like hip hop," then it's kind of, "Oh, what do you like that for?" But it shouldn't be like that. You like it, and you probably find that most of the people feel like that as well. So you should just listen to everything.
Yeah,
because I love jazz.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Absolutely love jazz, but I prefer if I had to pick a genre to listen to. Or if someone was saying, "Oh, what does Dan listen to?" It'd probably be just sort of like your rock music, your indie rock music.
Yeah.
But what they don't know is that I love listening to sort of jazz music. I love listening to instrumental stuff.
Yeah.
It's very broad, but you shouldn't be embarrassed. You should listen to whatever you want. I think that's part of the reason that we wanted to start this as well. Is like I said, to broaden people's.
Absolutely, yeah. I think they're listening. Yeah, I suppose just open people's ears to new stuff. Basically, which is great. And I think as well that kind of ties in as well with the fact that, I mean, we're starting very local. I mean, we're from basically where we're from. We've taken a, you can look at the radius of where the current artists are from, and it's all relatively local stuff. Yeah, of course. I mean, we want to branch out, but I mean, really, I mean. We're not necessarily looking at people who are like huge artists at the moment.
No.
And going.
No, I think this first series has been, I think, musicians that we've noticed who have worked hard for a while.
Yeah.
Have got content out already, are playing gigs and sound great. That we feel that would be great to get them pushed. We're not obviously going to do that every single time. It's going to be very different for every artist. But the first series is very much like that. Bands that are just and artists and singers that are just not. Well, to be honest, actually, if I'm completely, I have not. Before we did this, the artists that we were doing, I maybe heard of 2 of them, and that's really bad. Because I'm a musician. I mean, I know I've got 3 kids and a wife, so. That's I'm very I'm super occupied doing that and absolutely love it, but I suppose that part of that is that I haven't explored the music scene for a long time.
I know what you mean in a sense.
So
you become detached, don't you?
So
it's just life.
For me, straight away to discover like 6 new artists, and if I'm honest, I like them all. And I mean, I hate 4 of them. I'm not going to tell you which 4 they are. But it's literally a discovery for music.
Yeah, which I think is incredible, really, because I mean, like, obviously I've discovered a couple of things. I mean, I say I've discovered a couple. I think you showed me one artist, but like, no, really, like she was, she's genuinely a really talented girl, and I think actually.
So we've got like 2 female artists on this series, so there's probably
3.
Guess who it is.
Yeah, guess, yeah. 3, yeah. 3
Yeah,
female solo artists, yeah.
technically.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess yeah, you've shown me someone who, you know, I think is genuinely talented. You know, Devon, she's brilliant. And actually, it's funny because when we talk about it, I mean, we spoke about the whole country music thing,
Yeah.
and I remember being like, "Oh my god, please no!"
Well, I'm not a huge fan.
please
I'm
no.
not a massive fan of
Yeah.
country, but it was great. But it wasn't country like you think it was.
No,
Country.
and that's what surprised me.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
it was still country, but it kind of. I guess it was modern country. I think
Yeah.
when you don't listen to that genre, you
Yeah.
kind of end up assuming what it's going to be like.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
nothing
it
like
was
that.
just going to be like old dudes riding around in pickup trucks,
Yeah.
like playing banjos
Turn up on a
and
track.
stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go around.
But it was nothing like that. And it was really good. And it was modern. It was up to date, and yeah, so it was great to hear that.
Yeah.
And I knew of Devon from projects that I did with another artist that we've got on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to sort of discover new music along this as well. I mean, each band that we got, it's almost like they gained another fan anyway. Because
Absolutely. Yeah.
So regardless, they've
Yeah.
gained a fan.
They're
So
at
they
least going
just
to get 2 likes.
so
on
all they're
Facebook.
doing
Yeah.
this for is just a fan. It's just me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
I like your Facebook page. Thanks for spending 4 hours recording.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of work just for one fan.
Oh, what? Are you going to make us buy your Apple Music?
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's-
79p a track.
But it's also interesting, like, because we obviously do the interviews as well with the bands. I don't know. To date, we actually haven't done. All the bands of this series.
No.
Yeah, but we're getting around.
We're
to
getting
it.
there. Yeah.
But when we did Salpa Salpa,
Oh man, they
those
were
guys,
awesome. They were
that
hilarious.
interview was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
And we were asking them about sort of music that they like.
Yeah.
And you know, you've got a mixture of like of indie, pop, sort of rock stuff, and then
Well, you
prog rock,
like,
and then
yeah,
Ethan,
further
is
from
it the
prog rock.
bass
Yeah,
player?
it was
It was
like
country.
yeah. No, it was folk.
Was it
Wasn't
folk?
It?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was folk
folk.
music.
Yeah,
It was really
like-
into like
Yeah,
a solo guitar and like someone
Just-
singing.
yeah,
like,
just exactly. But
Yeah.
that band doesn't sound anything like
anything like it.
So
Yeah.
it's super interesting to hear.
Well, it's interesting because the drummer, I've known the drummer a while, and we were kind of on the same sort of circuit. We were playing sort of like, well, they called it gent music,
Right.
DJENT, and it was like real sort of like rhythmic.
The gent.
Yeah, gent.
The
Yeah,
gent.
well, they call it gent. Yeah.
What's the D? It's a silent.
Yeah, basically silent D. I've never heard of silent D before. I've never heard of that mythical creature, a ragan.
So it's the gent. The gent.
Gent. It's called gent music.
But you spell
yeah.
it. There's a D.
DJ. It's like Django.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he could have left out the D. if I'm
Django
honest.
Reinhardt. Yeah, he could have as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, you were saying
But-
before I started, like,
Where was I going? Yeah, no.
you're on the same side.
Yeah, we're the same sort of circuit and like really into the same sort of music and stuff. But if you listen to the bands that he's sort of influenced by, you listen to like Phil Jata and like
Yeah.
they're like really heavy, like Tesseract
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff like.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, like one of the other artists we've got on, was previously a member of Tesseract.
Yeah, in voices.
Which is
Ash.
it's quite funny actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we got those guys from Voices from Fuselage, and it'll be quite interesting to see them all like meet each other,
Yeah.
because that's what we like want to do. We want to like have a little party together.
Yeah, at some point. Whether that's this series or like whether we go like 2 series and then get everyone together and say, look,
Yeah.
this is this. But what would be really good, because I know like we've toyed with the idea. I don't want to give too many of our ideas away.
Just in case we don't copy everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which they fucking will. But what was I going to say?
Party after
Oh
2
yeah,
series?
that was it. Yeah,
That was it.
So we want to do like a collaboration series.
Yeah,
So a series
yeah.
artists that we've got on.
Mm.
I mean, your band just did a gig last week, wasn't it? With
Friday.
with HRQ, one of the guys we got on.
Yeah.
Hip hop grime artist, as I've said, and so you've had him as a support act for a
Yeah.
band that is like neo soul.
Yeah.
So although those genres are kind of a little bit closer than maybe some others.
Yeah.
It's still a different genre. So
It's funny you mentioned that as well, because it was interesting because we actually got him up to do a song with us.
oh really?
So we like cut a verse out of one of our songs and just went, "You've got 16
And then
bars,
have,
just do your
yeah.
thing." And he was
That
like,
sounded cool though.
it was awesome. Like, and it's funny because we're actually going to do a collaboration EP. That's like a totally separate thing, but like, yeah,
Plugging
plugging my own band.
Yeah, you don't
All
care
the red
about
triangle.
this.
You know,
Yeah.
you can go and like us on Facebook, Instagram.
Cut this bit.
Yeah. Bastard. Yeah. But yeah, basically, I think that's the thing. What we're doing. I mean, we've spoken to so many different artists and had people on the show, you know, and they're all really the sort of people that I think they really truly understand music, and they understand that like collaboration is, you know, one of those things where it's like you can not only get better and start to go outside your genre, but actually it's a good thing for your marketing because I mean, you look at people, you know, from totally different worlds doing songs together.
Yeah.
I mean, oh God, I'm gonna pull one off the top of my head, like the Jay-Z and Linkin Park album, you know, and
I
that
was
was
actually listening to that earlier.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That album, that was just wall to wall, just great music. And you know, you've got someone, Jay-Z, who's a real like big hip hop artist, going with, you know, a massive rock band, and they're just going, right, let's do it, let's do this
And
together.
quite a heavy rock band. I mean,
Yeah.
shouting. It's not maybe not. It's not quite screamo music, but there's
Well, there
elements
was
of it,
elements of it, yeah,
especially
definitely.
earlier stuff. So to have something
Yeah.
like that, and people love the album as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw Linkin Park in Milton Keynes
yeah.
in 2000 and ages ago.
2000.
I can't remember. They released an
That's
album on it
yeah.
as well. It's Road to
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
remember
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. No, you don't. Yeah.
Road
I'm
to
gonna-
something.
I'm taking you to the doctor to get you tested.
yeah.
Is your brain all right?
Yeah, it's not working.
It's
currently.
not, no.
3 kids, so
No.
that's an excuse.
And this whole series, the last 4 months, has
A
been
bit
like
mega
intense.
busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went to that Milton Keynes
Mm.
MK Bowl, and they did all their songs, obviously, and then Jay-Z came on
Really?
at that gig.
At the MK Bowl.
Yeah,
That's
right?
crazy.
How cool though!
That's really cool.
But what I mean-
Are you sure it was Jay-Z?
No,
Okay. How far were you from the stage? It could have just been an impersonator.
I was I was right.
It was-
I was
it was
right
me.
with that. I was getting
Yeah.
a burger at the time. I was down the stands.
Okay.
No, but it was genuinely him, and he was doing all of his. He does that weird triangle.
Yeah,
shit,
he
doesn't
does, yeah.
Fuck that's about.
He's trying to be in my band.
Yeah, it's our red triangle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he was there, and people went crazy. I mean, people have come
Yeah.
to see Linkin Park. I don't think anybody knew that Jay-Z was going to be there. He obviously doesn't attend every single.
No,
thing
he
they
could do. He might.
I mean, he might. He's got
Maybe
the
it's like a
money.
roadie, and then just like, oh, go on, then.
yeah.
Go on,
fine,
man.
Again.
That one song that you did.
But it was towards the end, and people went mad for it.
Yeah.
So people
Absolutely.
obviously want it, and people, I think, are actually open to listening to all sorts of genres.
Yeah, and I think that's. I mean, it's kind of come full circle, really, and that's what I think is amazing, really, and in a sense about the platform that we're doing is like, you know, people are accessing more and more genres.
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to guys who are like real big like hip hop and grime heads, like, you know, and they're going, oh yeah, I'm actually, I've been listening to this indie rock band. They're like, yeah, I really dig their stuff, and you're like, wow, like
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that from you,
Yeah.
like, you know, dudes with like tracksuits and snapbacks going, yeah, I listen to rock music, and you're like, what?
I think it happens quite a lot. I've heard songs recently. I don't really like them.
Yeah.
They're these sort of modern grime artists, I guess, or rappers. I don't know.
Yeah.
What they're doing but underneath the song itself is like really heavy, like distorted guitars, heavy
Mhm.
drums, and they're
Yeah.
rapping over it. So it's still like a grime song.
Yeah.
It's still got the elements
Yeah.
of a grime song, but it's based. You know, the base of it is a rock song.
Yeah,
Like
definitely,
the
yeah.
instruments and stuff that you wouldn't normally hear
Yeah.
in that typical type of music. So I think it's already there. I think people are already sort of leaning towards that. So I
Yeah.
think what we're doing is we're just pushing it a bit more.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's that. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think, you know, yeah,
Yeah. So that's really where we're going with it all.
yeah,
Really, I think it's something we discussed this actually ages and ages ago.
mm-hmm.
Slightly different.
Yeah.
I think it was a slightly different idea before, but I think over the past couple of years, we've kind of just kept speaking about it and going, well, maybe we should do it like this, maybe we should do it like this.
Yeah.
And then last year we kind of came to an agreement of something that we thought could actually genuinely work.
Yeah,
for
work
everyone.
together, and then
And then obviously we started doing it, and it's come around really quickly. I mean,
Well,
I think
I mean-
it was what, January, February time that we started.
no, it was later than that. It's funny you say this because I was looking at the messages, the original messages that we had between each other.
Yeah.
And like our first recording was April.
So when did we start getting bands together then?
Well,
And
we started discussing actually properly doing it in March. Like we literally
Okay,
went from
so
like
God.
we're going to do it to like it's being done.
We did
within
really-
a month.
That was really quick.
That was
wasn't it?
really quick. Like, but do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just because we sort of decided on something that we both really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I think it was quite a natural decision for us after how many conversations we've had about like saying, "Oh, should we do something together?" And then
Yeah.
I think it's funny because obviously like we played in bands when we were
Yeah,
younger.
we've been in several different bands.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it's the same people, but
Yeah, yeah.
for the most part, it's the exact same people in the band.
Yeah,
but
exactly,
forgetting that, we've done a lot of
Yeah.
different music projects, I guess, together. But this one kind of just feels a bit. Well, it's different in the
Well,
fact because we're not playing,
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is completely, because we were together in college.
Yeah, not in that.
Yeah.
We played music together
Yeah,
in college.
yeah,
right? It's like a-
rephrase.
rephrase. He
Yeah.
does have a wife.
Yeah. So we were together in college playing music.
Yeah, exactly.
At
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
studying music.
Yeah, studying.
And what was that? Maybe 7-8 years ago. 9 years.
Oh,
8 years
God.
ago.
Yeah, that's got to be
coming-
7 years
8
ago.
years ago. September now. So
Yeah,
8 years, say.
8 years. Yeah, go for it.
So, or maybe more because I don't know. Let's say
Between 7 and 10 years would be a good. Yeah.
in the past 10 years.
Absolutely.
We've been
In the past
to
10
college.
years, we've been to college.
But yeah, so yeah, been in bands, and then kind of left college, and I did a few things, and you carried on doing music, and then
Yeah.
I got married and had kids, and you carried on doing music.
Yeah.
And then I got into photography and did loads with that.
Yeah,
Absolutely
you've
loads
done
of stuff. But I'm
absolutely
not going
loads,
to
yeah.
plug any of that nonsense. But so then I did the music and worked and stuff, and then did the photography, and then kind of carried on the photography, and then started getting back into my music again, and joined Empire, which
Yeah.
was like in the last
That was like
it was
a year
I left
ago,
a year
yeah.
ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was around now that I had to leave them.
And you were with them for about a year.
And I was with them for about a year. So that was kind of my introduction back into music as
Yeah.
almost like as a professional, or like moving into it as a sideline rather than like concentrating on just the work I was doing with
Working, yeah.
photography and whatnot. So doing that last year, love working at Empire, and then kind of got a lot of contacts from that.
Yeah.
Like, I met a lot of different people, and then I was speaking to a lot of like the music manufacturers as well.
Yeah.
Because the Empire really, super serious band, and are really working.
They're
hard.
like- yeah, they are,
We
like,
were pushing.
mega
We were
serious, yeah.
we were pushing. We were very hard in contacting all manufacturers trying to get sort of endorsement deals and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, it was almost the first time since college that I was doing something super active
Yeah.
towards music. And then I left there because of family things, and I just couldn't justify going to gigs every week, and it was up and down the country as well.
Yeah.
Having to travel like 3 hours up north.
I
and
remember
stuff like that.
seeing, like your.
And it was great
diary,
gigs.
yeah.
I'm glad I've done them. Super.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I did those gigs and met those guys as well, because they're absolutely amazing musicians. Better than I am. I don't know how I got in the fucking band.
Well, you're
Just
only
a
playing
whim.
bass,
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you know.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Although, it's they like it.
Bass is the
Yeah.
hardest instrument in a
It
band,
certainly is.
obviously.
The thing is, there's such a limited amount of bass players.
Oh yeah, no.
That
There's,
it's like,
there's a limited
oh,
amount
fuck it,
of
we just
bass
have to
players
have it.
above a certain level. Like
Yeah.
we found this when we were trying to recruit a bass player. It was just like we had. I think we auditioned like 9 bass players, and like 2 of them were good enough to actually play within the band, and it was just like, wow,
Yeah.
this is incredible.
Well, I mean, I very nearly auditioned with you.
yeah.
But it was at a time where I left Empire, and it was like,
it was.
I already couldn't do it with Empire, so I'm not going to do it with your band.
Exactly, because inevitably that would have
Yeah.
the same situation would have happened.
Yeah,
Would have
happened to me,
auditioned somewhere
and
else.
it'd
Yeah.
be crap, you know. But
Yeah.
I did that for the year, and then it kind of like the situation changed again,
Yeah.
and then I started sort of bringing this up again and discussing maybe is there a different way we can do this, what we want to do.
Yeah.
Because we were throwing around sort of like looking after bands and live gigs.
Yeah,
And
we were
again, it was
throwing
kind
yeah.
of like a lot of different ideas, trying to mould it into what we've got now.
Yeah.
And then we came to this, and then back on it again.
Yeah, and I
And
think
it's
the thing
really
is
cool.
as well, what the conclusion that we came to was, that we need something that's fairly static. I think, we need to be within a certain area and have things come to us. Like booking bands and looking after bands and all these sorts of things would have been a lot of moving around. There'd have been a lot of going to different things.
Yeah, and you also got to work with lots
Yeah.
of different venues.
Absolutely. Yeah, to really make it worth it.
While we're speaking about venues, 100% big up, Jesus Christ.
Big up. Big up. Boom. You've been hanging around with Harku too much.
That's really bad. When do I ever say big up?
Apparently now.
Mate, it's a podcast.
I think, yeah. It's a podcast.
Pomfret Arms.
Oh, yeah, Pomfret Arms.
Where
Yeah.
we've been recording.
Yeah.
They've been really great.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a big part of this is obviously somewhere to do it, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And, I mean, you knew them very well.
Yeah.
I know them very well.
Yeah, rehearsed them.
Rehearsed with them. And I guess you just asked them.
Yeah,
if we could use
basically.
it, and they've been absolutely great. I mean, we get to use that. Obviously, they hold functions and stuff there, so we have to kind of work around.
Yeah,
but that's fine. But the fact we were able to use it, and because we're doing this for effectively nothing.
Yeah.
It, in terms of like.
Well, financially.
Paying bands
Yeah.
and whatnot. It's mainly time that we're doing this for.
Yeah.
We don't want any overheads. We can't do any overheads because then the money's coming
yeah.
out of our own pockets, and then
Yeah.
we can't. Then it just won't work. Right?
It wouldn't work for us at all. Yeah, definitely.
So to have something like that straight away, I think has really helped us
Yeah,
actually start this and move it forward so quickly.
definitely.
So
Yeah,
I really just want to say, big thank you to Pomfret Arms in Northampton.
definitely. Yeah,
That has been
they're the
possibly
guys.
the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
thing that has helped us move this quickly. I think
definitely.
if we didn't have them, I think we would be just trying to find somewhere to.
Yeah, I think we would. Yeah. I think the amazing thing as well about what they've sort of done is, I mean, they're a venue that's like constantly kind of developing and adapting in a sense. And I mean, like I was just there this evening, and just soundproofed the entire venue that we've been using. And they're hardwiring all their mixing desk and all their consoles and stuff like that. And it seems like, since this sort of injection into the scene of, I suppose, what we're doing in a sense, and then, where there's more stuff going on, they're more interested now in saying, well, let's be a part of it.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, they're quite a small pub.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they're competing. I mean, in Northampton, they're competing with a few bigger venues and places that already have stuff.
Definitely.
I mean, I ain't been to Roadbender for years, but I know they've got a big main stage and then one at the back. But my point is that there's venues there which have equipment ready to do these big gigs, and
absolutely
the fact that Pomfret Arms are actually making moves and actually doing something. I mean, because it's not a cheap thing to do.
Oh God, no.
To isolate sound and to run gigs.
Yeah, I mean they've just spent
really
£1,700 on it, which is a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, for a pub that, I mean, when you look at the overheads and things like that, I mean they're running on a tight budget. It looks like, so I think, more power to them.
Yeah,
in a sense.
100%. But really great place.
Yeah.
I 100% recommend going there if you're ever in Northampton. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see where this goes, and we've got a lot of really great ideas.
Yeah.
We're starting Series 2 already. I mean, Series 1
We
hasn't
are.
even started now for anyone.
Exactly.
For us. I mean, we're
well
ahead with it.
Yeah, we're basically series 1 is essentially in our minds, I think, kind of wrapped up. I mean, we've got
a
to
few
finish some
little bits,
interviews.
and then obviously launching Thursday. Well, you'll see this on Thursday anyway.
Yeah,
today.
this is going to be. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be something that happens. I mean, for us, I think it's happened all very quickly, and we're like gone, yep, series one's a wrap, let's finish off some interviews, series two starts.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't think sometimes people sort of realise with these sort of things. They'll see it go up and they go, oh yeah, that must have been recorded this week, and blah, 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 all this has been done. Hell no.
No.
Like, hell no. This is like months of preparation into these things. You know,
yeah.
And you're looking at things and going, you know, well, that happened 2 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, and it's I think that's where, you know, we're not really taking breaks,
No.
which I think is really important for this time in a company.
It might seem like there'll be a break somewhere, but there actually isn't.
There isn't,
really
yeah.
when you think about it, because we've just finished series one recording. We're doing this now, getting ready for launch.
Yeah.
As soon as we've launched on Thursday, the 6th of September, we're on series 2.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, effectively.
You know, we're getting the new artists in, and then recording them, and then that'll be ready for January.
Yeah.
And our series 1 finishes in December.
Yeah.
So and once series 2's done, I mean, we'll be recording series 3 before series 2 has even started. Very likely.
Very likely. I think the thing is it's amazing really, because we've been talking about our workload quite a lot, and you know how much we've actually done within such a short space of time. And you know, we're looking at, I mean, we were averaging we were doing 2 artists within an evening. Some weeks we were doing like 2 days of 2 artists each.
Yeah.
You know, we were like doing like four artists within a week.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was just sort of like, okay, you know, it was. It's funny because obviously, like, I have no problem saying I was hating my job before, hating what I was doing, you know, and I was doing I was working in a gym, managing a gym basically.
I was trying to think of a joke. I was trying to think of somewhere you were working.
Yeah.
Super hilarious, but
super. Oh yeah.
It weren't there.
No, it wasn't there. Not quick enough. You could have said I was I don't know. I'm not going to
Let's just say you were a manager.
I would say I was a manager of a gym. Yeah, exactly. Because that sucks enough. Yeah, exactly. If you've ever done it before, you know how awful it is, especially for the company I worked for. And yeah, it was awful. And I think the thing is, you know, we were trying to work around just horrible schedules. You know, and I think that when I made it clear that I was leaving, it just became more and more difficult. They would put me on all the worst shifts. Every evening shift, all the ones that I needed to be out.
That was a nightmare, because
it was. Yeah.
I mean, my job is pretty much 9 to 5, like my current full-time job. Mm-hmm. But you know, we've got a camera person that we work with, Carla.
She's great. She's 9 to 5 as well.
Good. But still, logistically, so we've got me, Carla. Then yourself, which was had like these late shifts, and then getting the band in as well is a logistics nightmare.
It was really, yeah.
Well, we managed it. I mean, you're not there anymore, and we actually got it pretty much down to a
basically
now.
And that's the great thing about. I mean, I've moved on, and you know, I've got the flexibility to do what I want to do now, and I can sort of be where I need to be, which is amazing, really. And I think that series 2 actually. You know, when we look at our previous workload, the fact that we did like 4 artists within 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, if we're doing those sorts of things again, I mean, my God. Okay, so, you know, we could have series 2 ready within 2 weeks. That's how quick like we work, and that's, you know, our sort of work rate. I think
as well, because we want to push out as many musicians as possible.
Yeah.
To share them, it's. I think we need to be at that pace.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely.
I don't particularly want to slow it down either. I don't. I want it to be like that, you know,
consistently. Yeah, absolutely.
Forever more effectively, because
yeah,
there's so many great musicians and so many great bands out there that
absolutely
don't get heard.
Yeah. I think that's the idea. I think eventually this is going to be the norm. Like it's going to be the norm to have these sorts of videos because, you know, once you get to a certain level, when you're good enough, like, and I mean, obviously quality does come into it. You know, there is a level of like quality control, and you know, we are going for people who we think have that quality. You know, and that's why we're selecting these people in a sense. But I think as well that we're, you know, once you're at that level, that's going to be the norm. You basically, it's like, oh well, we're ready to go do an audio stage now. that's what I want it to be like, you know, and that in my head is what I think we're going to be like.
Yeah.
I think,
And what's crazy as well is that already we're starting to get more people on board with Audio Stage
oh yeah,
to help
absolutely.
help that along, you know.
Yeah,
we started with just me and
subsidiaries
you.
Yeah.
And then got the get Carla in for camera, and then we're working with another 2 people, getting them on board. And as it stands, it's voluntary work.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
And it is for us as well.
It is absolutely. Everyone involved is we're not making money from this. No. I mean, you know, and I think that, you know, that might be a little while before that ever makes money. But
I mean, we want this to be a full-time thing.
Because
it's what we're passionate about.
Yeah.
The job that I'm doing is a great job. I love the company that I work for. But
yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know, and I'm doing musical stuff as well. I mean,
yeah.
I'm playing drums in a function band.
Yeah.
And that's great. I love doing that. But in terms of music, that is where it ends currently. Well, since this last year.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to be doing this full time. You know, music full time.
Mm-hmm.
In a different, you know, it's not in a band.
It's not like playing music,
but it's still in the industry as such.
Absolutely, yeah.
And also to help make a change in the industry as well.
And I think that's really needed within the industry. I mean, you know, you sit and there's that famous interview with Frank Zappa where he goes, you know, back in the day it used to be old guys sitting in big chairs with cigars going, I don't know, give him a shot, you know, sign him up, just see what happens. Yeah. And that's when you got great bands. You got like things like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles and the Jam and Led Zeppelin and all these sorts of people, you know, they've got these real classic bands. And that's why now you don't have music like that. And I know for a fact the majority of the music that is out now will not stand the test of time because of that. Yeah. You know,
there's not good tracks. I mean,
there's good
tracks that comes out and it sounds great, but how long do they last? I mean,
exactly.
I bet you can't remember something that was in the top 40 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to really have to rack your brains.
You really have to think. I'd probably even have to Google it, to be honest. Like, and that's the thing, you know. When I sit there and I go, well, I can reel off, you know, hundreds of tracks from the 1970s, hundreds of tracks from the 1960s. Like, do you know what I mean? You just go, these things are standing the test of time. You know, we're looking at like 60 years on, way before I was born. Yeah. You know, and that's crazy. That, you know, these things I'm going, this is great music. You know, and actually that's still happening. That's still out there. This is all happening still. They just don't have a platform to project that great music, and that's what I think that we are going to excel at, and what I want us to excel at in a sense. Agree. You know, I mean,
I completely agree.
Yeah, we are all about the great music, the great unknown in a sense. You know, and there's plenty of it. I mean, you know, we've had some discussions already about, you know, where we want the company to go and possibly work on some artist development and things like that. And, you know, that some of these people we work with really need to be out there. They need to be known.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Jacob.
Oh, without a doubt.
Series 1.
Wow.
like,
what the hell?
I mean, again, an artist I hadn't heard of. You just sent me a link saying we need to get this guy on.
Yeah.
So let me have a listen. Yeah. Thought, definitely, because that is what people love at the minute.
Mm. Yeah.
And that was good on its own. And then he performed.
Oh, yeah.
And Salpa were there because we performed those 2 on the same day.
Yeah.
And we were all just like, almost speechless because we were just mesmerised watching the guy.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
I mean, obviously people do know who he is, but not enough people.
No,
as far as I'm concerned.
No,
you know. Yeah. So it's, I think it's given those artists and musicians that platform to showcase their work.
Yeah, and I think that platform is sort of, well, the platform's Audio Stage, isn't it, really? 100%. And yeah, absolutely. That's the vision.
100%. Well, I think that's a great place to wrap it up, really.
Yeah,
I think that is it. Really, really good.
It's a great place, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, brilliant. Well, that was it. That was our first podcast. I think we did like 40 minutes.
40 minutes is plenty of time.
I think that's enough. I think people probably cut off about the last first 10 minutes.
No, that's the average commute to work, I think. Yeah.
So I think people are going to be able to listen to this on their work.
Absolutely,
Thank you. You know, thank you for watching this. I hope, you know, you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed what we're going to be doing over the next, forever, hopefully.
Forever, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just-
Even if
just
it doesn't pay
continues.
us.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah.
To be honest,
It's
I'm
homeless.
happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to
Yeah.
keep doing everything. Yeah,
No, I'm really enjoying it. I absolutely love it. You know, we're seeing great bands, you know, great musicians, making, you know, great friends out of it as well.
Yeah,
I mean, all
absolutely.
this is it's a community. It's becoming a bit of a family type thing, isn't
it
it?
is really. There is kind
I
of
hope
like a
it's
bit of
like-
an audio stage family thing going
Yeah,
on.
I hope it's like
Yeah.
that, and sort of. I don't want to say it in such a way, but because it's a bit kind of cliche, I guess, like change music, but I want to make a slight dent in how the industry is
Yeah, just kind of maybe guide the path of
for others
the
to
industry
follow
slightly
and
more,
things to
and
do.
just say,
absolutely.
can we lead this way? Can we go this way? Because this is going to be great for
Yeah.
musicians and
Yeah.
the industry alike.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on all channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram. You can check out our website, www.audiostage.co.uk. We're everywhere, really, aren't we?
Yeah, basically
Yeah,
everywhere you want us to
Audio
be.
Stage, Audio Stage Live on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Just come find us, come like and share, support music.
Yeah.
Cool. See ya.